Okay, guys, just a quick video. I really need to get this off my chest. I've got pretty much a very well-known YouTuber, Elliot Hulse, very good motivational speaker, very good technique strategies in the way that he words things. Now, I wrote a comment saying that he has explained everything in the context of which it should have been explained in. He has basically described, now the video is you're depressed because you're a pussy. Now, yes, the title is confronting, okay? I will admit that. But to this person, now I don't know whether they are male or female, but the initials are this is going to sound really bad, but the initials are TG, sorry. To Mr. or Mrs. TG, that is arguing with me on this video, let me make something abundantly clear. The meaning of this video has been completely misconstrued by the people that are all the way down here from however long ago that they watched this video and looked and went, this is not okay. Now, the video itself, I encourage everybody to look it up, because Elliot is explaining why people are not justified as men these days. Becoming a man, becoming a developed being in society. This is what he is talking about. Now, he's not making light of the situation that this person is going through, because the idea of a breakup, and it is very hard to cope with. But society has basically denied people the ability to develop coping strategies when confronted with something that they feel as though the world is crumbling apart. This is what he's going on to explain. Now, I got told that by my response, by saying, now this was exactly, and I'm going to read this. As I said, I can't do the fancy schmancy stuff that you guys can. Okay, I've gone, basically, well said. The words you speak are nothing but truth. People are too reliant on others rather than themselves. Perfect examples, perfectly spoken about people learning how to live life by experiencing life. Way too many people sit back and expect everyone to give them everything. They expect people will provide for them. Gone are the days when the men were the ones who were self-sufficient and every woman tried to prove their worth. Now men complain about relationships and the woman not needing him enough, and now this is a perfect example of why. Thank you so much. You do not know how much this video needs to be shared and shown to this generation. Now, this person has replied to me, Mr. or Mrs. TG. By the way, their name starts with the, so I will just, yeah, they know exactly who they are, because otherwise I wouldn't be making this video in rebuttal to your stupidity. Now, the fact is, this person has gone, I really hope this is straight up sarcasm. That's just the bottom line. No, it is not. Okay? Society today has done nothing but nurture people. So basically the bosom of society has said that you will respect the government, you do this, you do that, you basically be a sheep. Be a sheep and we will take care of you. Be a sheep and we will make sure that everything is okay. There is no allowance for any parental rights these days. Parents are still, and I had a perfect example, okay? I will give you a perfect example. I have lived on my own for a very long time, and I'm probably I'm not going to disclose my age, so to speak, but I'm in the generation gap of the late 20s to early 30s, okay? That's my generation gap. Now, the person I was living next to, the neighbor I was living next to, decided to tell me that I was, how do I say it without swearing and using the words that he was using, because he has very colourful language. This is a man, mind you, threatening to physically basically come over my side of the fence and tell me exactly what I should be doing and how I should be doing things, and that the fact that my son was playing in the front yard, which was disturbing his family, and the fact that I didn't mow my lawn every 3 days, and that just in general, the complete and utter crap that you don't say to somebody when you can open yourself up for criticism. Now let me explain why he opened himself up for criticism. I have lived on my own for close to 10 years. Okay, close to 10 years. Now, obviously you can tell I'm not older, obviously. But he had a son who was still living at home at the age of 37. Now, when I had said to him, you are hanging it on me when your son is still living at home. Your son is still relying on you. And he goes, don't you bring my family into this? And I said, well, don't you attack me. Now, this is the difference between what has happened with society these days. This is what he is trying to explain. This guy has a license, has a job, is able to survive on his own, but no. He had a girlfriend that was coming to visit at his parents' place. Now, I am sorry to say this, but unless there is extreme circumstances, and I mean to the point where it is a necessity to be in that environment, but if you are still living at home with your parents at the age of 37, or roughly my age now, if you are still living at home, what appeal do you think you are going to have to somebody else as a potential long-term partner? If you cannot stand on your own 2 feet, it goes the same for females. I'm sorry, but it is true. It goes both ways. You want to be seen as equal. You want to have the equality of everything. You want to be able to be deemed a woman, but yet you still live at home with your parents. No. He is talking about being a fledgling and growing into yourself. I covered this in a video about the whole jealousy section of everything. Society in general, unless you are not allowed these days to grow into yourself. You are not allowed to develop that sense of the emotions being crushed. Everything these days is being thrown at you, and you just sit back and go, someone else will fix it. My car's broken down. Yes, I'm not a mechanic. Oh my gosh. Oh, my car's broken down. I will take it to somebody to go fix it. That is a materialistic thing of, I need my car fixed, so I'm going to take it to a mechanic. The mechanic knows what he's doing. Why? Because he's studied. He's gone through this experience. He has gone through this life to go and fix my car and be able to take one look at it and go, oh, this is the problem. People these days are not able to recognize the problems and the issues, and this is what I am going on about with the replies to my comments, okay? He's going, I'm amazed at how I'm amazed at your absolute lack of perspective and how potentially dangerous and dismissive your line of reasoning, not to mention pretentious at best. Dang. That says a lot about yourself, because if you have to openly try and justify why I think he has a point, that just proves that you have been nurtured by the bosom of society for way too long. That proves that you are sitting back trying to give the generations, such as my generation, the go-ahead to go, you know what? I don't have to do a damn thing. I don't have to save money. I don't have to work. I don't have to try and become self-sufficient and reliant because I can just stay at home with my parents. I can live for free. I can spend my money on whatever the hell I want. The materialistic bullshit that everybody sits back and goes, I've got to have nice things. I've got to have nice this. I've got to have nice that. If I don't have the iPhone 50 or whatever the hell they've bought out, some sort of, like, the iPad tablets and things like that. Kids these days would not know what it was like. I'm sitting here talking about, like, 10, 12 years ago. When I was that age, I was out playing games with my shoes, for goodness sake. We were out on the basketball courts. We were out playing sports. We were playing on the playgrounds after school hours. We were in, we weren't causing trouble. You would see a group of us walking down the street and all of a sudden people would just go, oh, I wonder what those kids are doing today. Oh, they're going in the direction of the school. Maybe they're going to go play. Or maybe they're going to go do this. Or maybe they're going to the shops. We could do all this because society has cotton-wooled all these children to the point where they could get away with freaking everything. And they don't have to justify why. You know why? Because that's what society has done. It has nurtured this generation by the bosom of, oh my gosh, I will protect you. I will make sure that you don't have to deal with anything. I will come in and I will fix it for you. That is what he is addressing. It's a breakup. Everybody goes through breakups. Yes, we do have rough experiences. Yes, we do have the memories and everything that reminds us of them. Yes, we do have all this crap that we've got to deal with. But nobody has been allowed to develop emotionally to deal with the setbacks. They have not been learned. They have not learned how to deal and find coping strategies. Yes, you can go through a depressive phase, but it doesn't mean you are depressed. Depression is waking up every morning and not knowing why you feel the way you do. Depression is not sitting back and going, oh, the world looks lovely today. No, it is not. It is about seeing every negative and all the positives you have. That is depression. Clinically diagnosed depression is a chemical imbalance in your brain that does not help you see the clear judgment of which everyone else can. You see the minute little insignificant piece of dust that just turns into this amazing clusterfuck of everything. That is clinically diagnosed depression. Okay? You can sit back and say that my attitude is dismissive, but guess what? Your attitude is completely nurtured by society, because I can sit back and say, yes, that defines a man. A man is somebody who can work and provide. A man is the person who goes out and brings home the bacon. Don't get me wrong. Today's society has become a two-income household, and this is where most of the issues lie, because the government has made it near impossible for people to survive on a sole income. People cannot survive. They fork out more in childcare fees to bring home that extra $100 a week. I get it, or a month, like whichever. I get it. But if you want to be defined as a man or a woman and have this equality that you so speak of, and all these feminists go, I should be able to do whatever I want and I should be able to do this, that's your first problem. Second problem is men are not allowed to be men these days because women have too much of a say. That's the second problem. You want to be a man? Be a freaking alpha. Be an alpha. Don't submit to crap and settle because she's hot and she's blonde and she's got this and she's got big tits and she's got a nice ass. They want. That's all women do. These days, that's all they do. They want. They destroy a man, they break him down, and then you get this crap that guys can't pick themselves up and go, you know what? I don't need that bitch. That's what he is talking about. He is talking about this. This is my interpretation of his video, mind you. Maybe this isn't what he's meaning, but this is how I see it. And I'm sorry, but today's society needs a freaking kick up the ass to make people realize that becoming a woman or a man, just because you have kids, doesn't make you a woman. And just because you got married, doesn't make you a woman. You know what makes you a woman? You know what defines you as a woman? Experience. Life, living it, growing up, being able to have somebody come to you and say, I'm going through a really rough time and I don't know how to deal with it, and you can sit back and go, well, look at it this way. Look at it from this perspective. You know why? Because you grew through it. You developed a sense of understanding. Getting and coping strategies through a depressive phase, as what it is called, are not about going to your GP and getting doped up on antidepressants. Okay, a depressive phase is something of, I feel so down in the dumps, she broke up with me, we were together for years, and oh my gosh, I love her, and now this and that, and it's all because my physique isn't good enough for her. Well, guess what? If that bitch don't like the way you look because you didn't go to the gym for a month, kick her ass to the damn curb and find somebody who cares about you for you. That is about developing into yourself. That is a coping strategy. Relationships these days are too reliant on the fact of, I'm gonna, like, as from a mother's perspective, I'm gonna take the kids and leave you if you go and talk to this person. Okay? Women have too much of a hold over men. It's called power of the pussy, and you guys need to realize that. It's power of the pussy. I have the pussy, I make the rules. You've seen all the feminist t-shirts. You've seen all the stipulations that women go through. Oh, if you want this, you have to make me happy. If you want me to put out, why don't you do this? No. Men don't put up with that shit. Boys do. Boys will put up with that crap. Alright? You want a partner? Get a man. Pretty simple. Men, you want a woman? Get someone who's not going to put you through that shit. Pretty simple. I'm not taking away the fact that a breakup is like the worst crap, because I can assure you, after my morning and my night that I've just had, I can damn well assure you that it is not okay. Like, and you feel like shit. You really do. You feel like utter crap. But you know what? You know what I've experienced, like through my experience of growing through these passages and growing through these phases and growing through this? You know what I've realized? Is if you cannot offer somebody what they need, or maybe you can and they're just scared to accept it, that is not your issue. Okay? Somebody wants to break up with you, let them break up with you, because you know what ends up happening? You grow into yourself more. You experience, you go through this experience of becoming yourself in a better manner. So when this person comes crawling back and goes, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it, you know, you can look at them and go, well, you didn't care what I offered then, why do you want it now? Oh, because you went away and realized that the little toy girls you're playing with and the little toy boys that you're playing with aren't good enough. Well, guess what? I found somebody who appreciated what I had to offer. That's the way you look at it. That person might not come along within a week or a month or a year or 2 years or whatever, but it's still the same thing. It's the same. This guy is crapping on, and I'm saying this guy because it's a general thing, it's the freaking internet, anyone can be whoever the damn hell they want, and they are a bloody keyboard warrior when they're sitting behind a damn computer. They really are. They're a keyboard warrior. But the truth is, if you have not been taught, and I'm not taking this away from parenting, because parenting itself, society has taken our rights away as parents. We are not allowed to smack our children anymore. We're not allowed to discipline them. That's why you got these little gangs walking around the streets, videotaping shit that should be reported to the police, that they should be breaking up, that they should be sitting back and going, that's wrong. No, there is no line anymore. There is no line. Because you've got all this political correctness coming down the lines that, oh, they're underage, so we can't do this. Oh, they're under this, or they're under that. Gone are the days when a complete stranger could walk up, smack you up the left side of the head for you saying some stupid comment to your parents that was utterly disrespectful. That was only not even 10, 12 years ago. What happened? You were raising a generation that is so reliant on people that are older than them that they don't even, I've got 35-year-old women who are married with children that come and say to me, oh, I don't know how to deal with this. I just don't. Really? You're 35 years old and you've never experienced this type of setback? This is the point he's getting at. It's not about, yes, it is difficult. When you go through that phase of transitioning from codependence to independence, that is a difficult phase. And it is best to do when you are by yourself. Because, trust me, it's why most relationships break up. Bottom line. From the age of 18 to 25, don't get married. Don't get in a long-term relationship with someone, because that's when you see them grow. And they grow into themselves. And they grow into a completely different person. And all of a sudden, 5, 6 years down the track, you're sitting there going, I don't know what happened. They changed. Okay? Women are supposed to find themselves at a younger age because they're more, apparently, mature-minded. Guess what? It's a crock of shit. You know why? Because you've got 15 and 16-year-old kids that are just popping out kids for the sake of having kids. Then they stick them in daycare 5 days a week. And then on the weekends, they're giving them to family so that way the family can watch them while they go out and party. Okay? I am not... This is the issue with to this day and age, today, right now. You can walk outside as a single mother or a single father or a single parent or a single whatever or a gay parent, gay couple, whatever. Okay? You can walk outside and there is guaranteed someone will see you and they will label you like that. They will label you. You're an opinionated bitch. Well, thank you very much. You know why I take that as a compliment? Because it means I'm not a freaking sheep. Okay? I can be an opinionated bitch all I like. The only difference between me and you is I'm accepting of your opinions. I'm accepting of your criticism. I'm accepting of what you have to say. Because I get that. But you've got to realize as well, you don't know how to handle yourself when you're confronted by this. Kids these days don't know how to handle confrontation. You know why? Perfect example. A young girl that I follow on YouTube, she made this awesome video of how girls fight these days. Okay? Status update on Facebook. This. This friend quote. This friend quote. This disrespectful quote. This. They come face to face. And she does this all in her video. Okay, they come face to face and it's like, is everything okay? Oh yeah, of course there is. I just thought something was wrong, No, back 10, 12 years ago, I would have walked up to the person who was talking shit behind my back, would have walked up to him and gone, what's your issue? If you have a fight, you have a fight. If you sort it out, you sort it out. It's done. None of this social media bullying, none of this social media cyberspace, let's all make a Facebook page to say we hate this person. God, and the amount that have happened like that. People have killed themselves over less. Okay? This society protects the... I'm trying to think of how to word it, because right now I could use a lot of colourful language that is just, But the truth is, if you cannot survive on your own, and when I'm meaning survive, okay, when I am the same age as my neighbour that I am living next door to, and I don't know if you guys remember, there was like an economy crash or whatever you want to call it, where they thought that it was going to go into a depression and people weren't going to be able to afford this, there was going to be no jobs, the stock market crashed, all this sort of crap. Okay, I don't know how, it is per 10 years ago or something like that, roughly. Now, when you've got all of a sudden 2 people the same age, okay, myself and this girl, and she comes over and goes, I don't know how I'm going to survive. What are you talking about? Oh, well, I won't be able to afford fuel for the car. Well, then walk. Oh, but I won't be able to afford this to buy this. Then buy discounted meat. Oh, but how are we going to afford to be able to do this? Grow your own vegetables? Oh, but how are you going to be able to do this? Are you fucking kidding me? You're the same age as me, and yet you cannot find a solution to a problematic situation? You can't find it within yourself to do what a female is supposed to do, and that is problem solve. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, but like, guys, and every guy will agree, they have the same mindset. Can I fix it? Yes or no? Okay. If I fix it, I fix it. If I don't, then I don't. Stiff shit. It's done. Problem solved. Okay? Women have a brain that is so intertwined that it basically is this clusterfuck of this relationship to this, to this, to this, to this, and this emotion, and this engagement, and this, and that. This is why women remember the smallest things. Okay? Because every woman's, sorry, not every woman, but every female's mind is the same. Okay? From knee-high to a grasshopper, every female's thing is the same. They will be able, and men hate it, they will be able to tell you something that you did like 10 or 11 years ago because they relate it to an emotion as to how they felt. Okay? It could be as simple as, I don't know, walking up, hugging you and kissing you on the cheek. Like, just use this for example. Okay? You weren't together. It was just something that they did. They didn't think much of it, and you took it as an emotional sense of self-worth. Okay? That's how it works. Men don't think the way women do. Okay? Now, there's this old saying that if men could understand the way women think, they'd be a woman. Okay? Because men could, let's face it, there's only very few people I've come across that are males that can multitask. And I've worked in retail. Okay, I can assure you. Don't ask a guy to do more than 2 things at once. Like, just don't do it. You just say to, like, I used to have to say to the boys that were working, go and do this, then come back and see me. Then you can go do that. It was just that, for some reason, it just doesn't work the same for males as it does for females. The female brain is a maternal brain. Okay? A maternal brain. Which means that women think completely differently than men. Okay, perception-wise, they can stand back and look at it, and from, I don't know whether it's an emotional standpoint or what it is, but it's just, Nah! If you cannot be open to the possibility that what defined man or being a man 10 or 12 years ago, if not a little longer, doesn't apply to the same meaning as it does today, a good job doesn't make you a man. Okay? A good job doesn't make you a man. Being able to provide makes you a man. Being able to provide on the income base that you have. Providing's not monetary. Okay? Providing is, okay, say you have a really, really high income. Okay? Say you have a really, really high income. You've got a $180,000 income. Okay? Each year, that's your income. That's your gross income. You can buy nice stuff. You can buy a nice car. You can have the biggest TV. You might have a girlfriend, okay, or a boyfriend, or a wife, or a husband, or however. But you've got this stuff. What happens when your house burns down? Okay? Say something happens and your house burns down. It's stuff. Okay? Providing is not about providing the best stuff. And this is where the context has been lost in when you develop through your experience, because when you become a woman in society, you're still learning. Okay? You're still learning. You're still learning how to be brave by walking down to the shops by yourself, or going somewhere by yourself, or walking through somewhere that you wouldn't normally walk through. You're learning you're still learning and discovering how to be brave. It's the same as a man. You learn as you go. But if you're not going to put yourself out there to experience the growing process, why bother? What do you have to offer? You can't emotionally support a female when she's going through her whatever. Let's face it, women are emotional. Because everything's intertwined. In their brain, everything's intertwined. Okay? Something that seems so insignificant could be a really big deal. And females know that men don't understand it, so they don't bother talking. Okay? That's what they go to their girlfriends for. Because when a man goes, "What's wrong?" and a woman goes, "Oh, nothing, don't worry about it," it's mainly because subconsciously the female knows that you can't help her fix the problem. You can't help fix the issue. So she's not going to... Yes, fair enough, she might offload, but you're going to be sitting there going into your little section of your nothing piece of your brain that you go to. And then all of a sudden it goes, "By the way, shut that box because she's finished talking." That's how it works. Okay, okay. That's normally the response you get. And women go, "Well, what do you think I should do?" And the guys are like, Because women see things differently. Guys, take the same shirt, for example. Woman wears the same shirt to work as this woman. Oh my gosh, goes home to her husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Oh my god, I went to work and Bessie was wearing the same shirt as me. Okay, well, don't wear that shirt again. Problem solved. See the difference? Guys are like, well, don't wear the same shirt if it bothers you that much. Guys wear the same suit to work. Oh, no, you got the same suit. You went to the same place that I did. Oh, yeah, they're really good there. See the difference? Guys don't give a shit about trivial crap. Okay? It's not an issue for them. The issue for a man is being able to be all he can be in the relationship to provide for you, and provide for you emotionally, providing stability, providing a sense of worth. That is what a man does. Men are not allowed to grow into themselves these days. Girls think it's okay to just run around, have kids, stick them in daycare 5 days a week, and yes, you get stereotyped. Oh my gosh, you're a single parent. Oh my gosh, you're 15 years old and you've got 2 kids already. Like you're 18 and you're married. What the fuck are you doing? Because society these days doesn't, and believe me, if you've had a fantastic upbringing where you've been allowed to grow into these emotions, like you've got these helicopter parents and cotton wool kids these days. Kids are on the playground. Oh, no, Jimmy, that's too dangerous. No, get off the swing. Nope, don't swing that high, it's too dangerous. Jimmy! Helicopter parents. And they wonder why kids these days can't survive on their own. If that was me, Jimmy, you're gonna hurt. No, well, whatever. Boom! I hurt myself! Well, get up. Go jump back on the swing. Oh, okay. It's not that you don't care, okay? It's not that you don't care. Of course you care. You see your child hurt and all of a sudden this heartstring, for some reason there is just like this little tiny insignificant string that sits in your heart, and the moment that you hear your kid cry, it goes twang to twang, 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 to twang, twang, twang. Because it plays its little song and it makes you want to physically run over and go, oh my gosh, are you okay? No, kids need to hurt themselves to learn. They need to hurt to learn. It is coping strategies. It is coping mechanisms. You get your first boyfriend or girlfriend or partner or significant other or companion that you secretly have feelings for, that you two are just, you don't know. And then all of a sudden they stop talking to you and it's like the whole world's going to end. Because he doesn't love me anymore, or she doesn't love me anymore, or oh my gosh, they stopped talking to me and I don't know what I did wrong. And then you get these people that sit there and go, you need to get over it. They don't tell you how. Okay? They never told you how to get over it and how to deal with it, because you taught yourself to get through these things. So what ends up happening when you turn 18 here and you're old enough to vote and get a say in society, so we think, but you've got to realize, okay? You've got to realize that if you want to be able to have a say and be opinionated and you need to be open for criticism. You need to be ready to be slammed. And you know what a person who has grown into themselves says? Okay, let's agree to disagree. You clearly see it this way, I clearly see it that way. Let's agree to disagree. People are not allowed to develop into themselves and be confident with their own minds anymore. Yes, if you have been taught something and somebody goes, I can prove you wrong, I'm all ears. If you can prove me wrong, go right ahead. You show me where society is allowing people to grow. Let me put this for example. How many basketball courts do you see at the kids' at the kids' schools now? Right? How much asphalt do you see around the place? How much no running on the concrete do we hear every single day? No doing cartwheels, you'll hurt yourself. Tell me that. Cotton wool kids growing up in a world where one day this generation is going to lead this country. I sure as hell hope I am dead and my offspring are dead before this world goes to the point where these cotton wool kids have all of a sudden got to make these decisions regarding their life, their means of survival. I really do hope I never see that day, because when that day comes, think about it. You got a bunch of kids running around that have been nurtured by the bosom of their mother and society up until the age of 40. Never been out on their own. Never had to live life and provide for themselves. Never had to learn how they have to manage their money. Never had to learn how to deal with certain situations that they're confronted with. Let's ponder this. You want to sit there and tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about? That's fine. But you prove to me that you can openly say to me, why? That's what I'll put down to. And you know what? I'll put that down to you, Mr. The Gorgatron. Georgiatron. Good, wherever the hell you're from. I got no idea. But what I can say is rebuttal. I'm offering you a chance to prove to me why this person is wrong. I am giving you a chance to tell me why what he is saying is so dangerous. Are you scared it's going to hurt the feelings of the 16-year-old down the road? Are you scared it's going to hurt the 24-year-old male that's asked him a question and wanted an honest answer, mind you? How's this for honesty? You're being a freaking pussy hiding behind your damn computer. Okay? You're quite happy to keyboard warrior this stuff, but you don't even have, like, even on your profile, you don't have a picture of yourself. And you're not putting yourself out there. You're just sitting there being one of these comment heroes of going, this is completely dangerous and this is completely this and you are wrong and you are wrong and you are wrong. You are a bitch for saying this, which is basically what you've said. I am an opinionated bitch. Okay? And I know I can receive criticism. But prove me wrong. Prove what he is saying is wrong. This kid is going through a depressive phase. And when I say kid, I mean he's a kid. He's not being... Obviously, he has not been allowed to grow into himself yet. Yet. I said yet. But let me tell you something. Society is so quick to tell children at the ages of like 5 or 6 that they should be acting a certain way and be more mature. Then they get to high school and they're trying to discover themselves, whether that be their sexuality, whether that be their interests, whether that be what they want to do for extracurricular activities. Whether they want, but there is so much stigma attached to everything. Every single person wants a sense of belonging. They want to belong to something. Instead of standing on their own 2 damn feet, they're sheep. They are becoming sheep. We are living in a society that is raising sheep. Not independent children. Not independent children. Not independent women, not independent men. We are not. We are sheep. Because as much as I can sit here as an opinionated bitch, there's somebody that's going to tell me this is how it is. That's how it is. That's how life works. I can sit here and give people advice all day out the wazoo. I can sit here and tell them exactly how to get through this and how to get through that. But you know what? At the end of the day, there's somebody even over the top of your ass telling you to bend over. Because that's how society works. But instead of being able to survive on our own and be able to grow as a human being within this society, it's all just been turned into either follow it, belong to something, or you're outcast. You know what? When the day comes, when the shit hits the fan and the whole world crumbles around us, the stock market crumbles, any stuff that is materialistic goes down the absolute broom boom bend, pretty much just thump. When it all goes to crap, and you're sitting here on your little friggin' running in on your little white horse, like pretending to be a white knight when all you're being is a dickhead wrapped in tinfoil. Tell me this. How many kids of this generation can cook a meal? How many kids of this generation know how to survive? How many kids of this generation know that when, oh, this is broken, I could do this as an alternative? I feel like crap. Oh, hold on, let me assess the situation. Why do I feel like crap? Oh, no, wait, that's okay. Someone can just fix my bad mood. It's acceptable for me to walk around the streets and just abuse random strangers because society lets me. Tell me this. When the shit hits the fan, the Gorgatron, when the shit hits the fan, how are you going to survive? Because clearly, according to what you've written in rebuttal to my comments to a video that is extremely well spoken, I think you can answer that question for yourself, don't you? Because just by seeing the comments that you've written, I can honestly say you're not somebody that I would want stand by my side when the shit hits the fan. Because you would not know how to survive. Because clearly you've got somebody throwing truth at you, and your intention is to pass the buck. Nobody takes responsibility for their own actions anymore, and people are always expecting everyone to fix everything for them. Guess what? Yes, everybody needs someone. I'm not saying I don't need anyone. Of course I need someone. Of course I need people in my life. Of course I do. But I can stand on my own 2 feet. I don't need someone around me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yes, I need an outlet of people to talk to, but I mean, really? When the shit hits the fan, how many kids in this generation are going to be able to go to their cupboard and go, oh, I can cook this for a meal? Oh, look, I can cook this and it will feed about 12 people. You tell me that. You answer me that of how many children these days and how many kids these days from the age brackets of 18 to 25 can clearly survive with no help. Unless there is a medically diagnosed reason for this. How many can? Think about it. I'm giving you a chance to rebuttal to this. I seriously am, because I am interested to know why you think that what Elliot has said in his video is wrong.